Hello, hello. It's good to be back on stream. I hope the game volume's not too loud. I haven't adjusted it at all. Yes, new loading screen. New every screen. New chat. Yep. New little chat window. The only problem with it is it's currently bugged and doesn't display emotes properly. So, shrug. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, today, something I think I've mentioned before that I might do, and it's finally happening. The only thing that I would be playing Final Fantasy XIV for on stream, solo Palace of the Dead runs. For those of you who might not know what it is, Palace of the Dead is one of the dungeons that the game calls a deep dungeon. It is procedurally generated each floor. So there will be a random layout and a random assortment of enemies. Well, I mean, the enemies aren't necessarily random, but they're randomly laid out. With a boss fight occurring every 10 floors. And obviously the goal is to get to the end, but the goal for what we're doing right now is to attempt to get the Necromancer title. In order to do that, I have to start from floor 1 by myself and make it all the way to floor 200 without dying or disconnecting at all. I'm going to be going in as Reaper. It's the job I feel most comfortable with attempting something like this. I say first few. Frankly, the first 100 floors are gonna be pretty easy. I've gone from 1 through 100 so many times, even by myself. So that part's not gonna be the difficult part. It's gonna start getting harder, especially solo, probably around floor 130, and it'll definitely show. I don't know how far I'm gonna be able to get tonight, so suppose I'll stop yapping and get on in. Got my save slot cleared. Got my fully upgraded weapon and armor, which is a unique level thing for this dungeon specifically. Fixed party. Yes, I would enter the ruins alone. Starting from floor 1. Alright. So, as it said right there, it uses an independent leveling system. I start at level 1. So, at the moment, I only have twice. And since this was Heavensward content, max level will be 60. And I run into a trap immediately. That is a good sign. So there are traps that are hidden on the floors. They are invisible unless you use a certain special item, which are these pomanders that I'm gathering, which my fat ass is conveniently blocking your view of the pomanders that I have in my collection. Good landmine. This is off to a great start with the traps. Traps are not such a big problem in early floors, so long as you aren't being stupid. It's later floors that you want to avoid them at all costs. But like I said, they are invisible. There are 2 surefire ways to deal with them. One pomander is called the Pomander of Sight, which not only reveals the whole map, but makes all of the traps visible, so you can avoid them. Then there is also the Pomander of Safety, which simply removes all the traps on the floor. Those are the surefire ways to avoid traps. The other way that is only mostly effective is to hug the walls when you're in a room. Now that's a strategy I'm not going to be employing until far later. Whatever. Oh wait, there's a box of it. But you do want to check every gold chest you find, because those contain Pomanders. Or are mimics. I don't need to be checking bronze or silver chests, because silver chests in Palace of the Dead can do one of two things. They're either a gear upgrade, or they explode and deal damage. And since I have maxed out gear, there's no possible way for a silver chest to benefit me. Bronze chests will drop things like potions, Phoenix Downs, and occasionally an item called a potsherd, which can be exchanged for a few different items, but the most important one would be the sustaining potions, which give you a regen effect within Palace of the Dead. I don't need to get any more of those right now, because you can see from where they are on my hotbar, I have almost 1,000 of them. I think I'm good. And the potions from here are useless, and Phoenix Downs would be useless because I'm by myself. Oh, I should also point out to everyone there is a new channel point redeem that is active. I hope it works correctly. It's essentially a daily check-in. Costs 1 channel point. Work? Did it not work? Didn't work. It didn't do a single goddamn thing it was supposed to do. What's happening? It was working when I was testing it. So why the hell does it not work now? Huh. I may just have to shut that off until I can mess with it later. Alright, 1 second. Well, shoot. Okay. Did someone else try it? I don't know if Station is capable of doing it again. I don't know if turning it off and on resets the once per stream. Yeah, that is an issue with my chat thing. It's a bug. I have to see if I can consult with the person that I got it from, because his doesn't have the bug. Work this time. Huh? Huh? Sure doesn't. Oh. There we go. Well, I forgot to make the damn thing visible in OBS. That's the problem. Well, son of a bitch. Well, you got scammed out of a single point. Deal with it. Okay, so Saku, if it was working correctly, it is a daily check-in redeem. It would bring up a little picture and it would distribute points. However, it was not working properly. It will hopefully be working properly now for anyone else who does it, but apologies. You got scammed out of a point. It's... Once again, it's a new car that I'm learning to drive. There's gonna be little hiccups here and there. I am running face first into all of the traps. Also, how is the game volume doing, by the way? Because I haven't been able to test it. Really? Okay, well, here, let me turn myself up a bit. So are you saying I should turn the game up, but... See if that helps. How about the same volume as the game? Oh yeah, I suppose. Oh my god. The traps. Okay, so I'm... Feel free to say doubt or whatever, Seishun, but I normally don't hit this many traps. And this is one of the more annoying ones to hit. Because I legitimately can't do anything but auto attack until it's done. If I were a caster, I'd be able to pop echo drops and just keep going like nothing happened. Wait, I missed a chest. Hold on. Back up. These early floors, you want to make sure to check every single chest that you possibly can so that you can stock up on Pomanders. Yeah, I am a caster main. It's just that the casters that I main don't do particularly well soloing in here. Are you fucking kidding me, game? Toad trap. I can do absolutely nothing until it wears off. Anyway, another thing I wanted to mention is that on these early floors, I always kill absolutely every enemy that I can on the floor, so that I can level up as quickly as I can. You want to hit max level as soon as possible, so that you can start just speed running floors. Because one thing you have to watch out for solo, especially on higher floors, is that you have a time limit to get through the 10 floors. And with how much HP the enemies have on later floors, oof, it will be cutting it a little close sometimes. Full on intuition, so I'll just go ahead and use one. I generally don't use Pomanders unless I find an extra one that I'm already full on. Yes, exactly, Sage. Hell, the later floors, the second... the later floors, the true bosses aren't even the bosses. The bosses are the breaks. Ooh, friendship trap. It's called a luring trap. I call it a friendship trap because it gives you friends. Oh, yes. I have cleared this with a group of 4. It did include Station. I have gotten close to clearing it on several other occasions as well. But, what is it, like, floor 183 or something is really cursed? Yeah, I forget where we got to on the last run we did. I think it was somewhere around there. I'll be back to this. Get that chest later. Yeah, it's a real shame losing when you're that high up. Ooh, a Pomander of Strength. That's beautiful. Get some attack potency up. Not that I necessarily need attack potency up. Things are dying in 2 hits anyway. Oh yeah, absolutely. Soloing is very different to playing in a group. Nation would know that, especially she's gotten further than I have solo. Pomander of Steel, so defense up. Oh, I should use this Pomander of Affluence I have too. That will increase the spawn rate of chests on the next floor. Oh boy, friends. No bees among them, so nothing really to worry about. It'd be easier to deal with that if I had an AoE, but I don't get that yet. I'm only level 19 in here. What do I get an AoE at? 25. And I went with Reaper for this attempt for a few reasons. One, it gets access to a stun, which is really useful. Two, it gets a shield. It's not much of a shield, and I can only use it every 30 seconds, but it is a shield. And then third is access to Bloodbath, which, as it says, heals a certain amount of the damage you do. And Reaper, as far as I'm aware, is the job most capable of exploiting Bloodbath for HP gains. Alright, good. Hell's Ingress. That means I can start moving a little faster. And then get this. Treasure Coffer, shown by the Pomander of Intuition that I only use because I found an extra one. Really, the stuff you get from the coffers on this floor aren't gonna be worthwhile. Viper should have it. Wait, an interrupt? No. Melee DPS only get a stun. And there is a difference for anyone who might be confused by what the hell I just said. Because there's two varieties of moves that you can use to stop an enemy attack. There's stuns and interrupts. Melee DPS like Reaper get access to stuns. Melee ranged like Bard, Machinist, and Dancer get access to an interrupt. Tanks get access to both. So that's a benefit of bringing a tank into Palace of the Dead, is that you will have access to both and can stop the moves regardless of which type they need. Because some moves can only be stunned, some can only be interrupted. Generally speaking, if a mob has a move that has to be interrupted, it's going to be immune to stun. Alright. We got the first boss here, Palace Death Gaze. Very simple boss. He does these moves in an exact order. Whip Crack, which hits whoever he is targeting. Stormwind, which is a cone. Combination, which is an AoE around himself. Lumisphere, which is an AoE around whoever he's targeting. And Aeroblast, which hits the whole field. And that's the first floor. The first 10 floors done. Easy peasy. Yeah, that was all of the boss's moves. He would have, if he lived, he would have kept using them in that exact same order. Anyway. Floors 11 to 20. Everything is reset except for the Pomanders in your inventory. In fact, let me go ahead and hide myself real quick so you can see them for a moment. For anyone who isn't familiar with this, so they can see what the hell I'm talking about. These in this inventory window over here are the Pomanders. It keeps it shows your inventory here. You can keep up to 3 of each of them, and they all have various effects. So right now I have a safety that removes traps on the floor. Sight reveals the map and shows traps. Strength increases your damage and healing potency. Steel increases your defense. Right here would be Affluence, which increases the spawn rate of chests on the next floor. Light decreases the amount of enemies on the next floor. And skipping the ones I don't have. Fortune increases the odds that an enemy will drop a chest. Witching turns enemies into harmless enemies for a short time. For use in emergency. Pomander of Lust turns you into a succubus. This gives you a special AoE move that creates vulnerability stacks on what you hit with it. And then Pomander of Intuition shows you where hidden treasures are. The treasures are hidden in the exact same way as the traps. In fact, they are hidden in the same location as traps. So if you don't have a Pomander of Intuition up, a good practice to see if there's a secret chest around is if you get hit by a trap, stand where the trap was for a couple seconds. Because, like I said, the treasures use the same spawn location. Alright, so this is a room I like to call a monster zoo. Because there's, you know, enough monsters inside that it could be a zoo. I feel like the name explains itself. Don't want to go in guns blazing because I don't have an AoE. A good way to clear these fast is to jump into the middle, get everything's attention, and then use a Pomander of Witching to make them all relatively harmless, and then AoE the hell out of them. Over here, Mr. Cow's Puddin'. Yeah, no, that's absolutely a strategy for early floors only. Only one gold chest in here. Alright, I get to refresh my steel. I'm not walking over there, you get your ass over here. How did I not hit that on my way in? Wishing, right? I think in later streams I'm going to go ahead and get together a playlist of music to do instead of the and just shut the music off while I'm in Palace. Because I've heard this stuff a bajillion times. Palace does have a variety of music in order to keep itself from getting too monotonous. But if you play it enough like I have, you'll hear the whole playlist pretty quickly. So I think for future streams, I'll go ahead and get a playlist ready so there can be other music. But for now, yeah, enjoy the Warrens. The accursed horde is on this one. See, if I were already leveled, this is a room that I would see and completely turn around. Ain't that some shit? Auto attack battle, everyone. Isn't this fun? Whack. Wow. Look at this beautiful bastard. And that lasted just long enough for that fight, too. And I have an AoE now. So if I want to try to get ballsy, I can. Oh, you know, the thought occurs for picking up these accursed horde chests. So not only the thing I said about if you don't have intuition up, if you do have intuition up, still be careful where you stand when you're opening a horde. Really? Okay. Because it can go the other way around and just be like, ah yes, there's the horde, and the game also put a trap in that spot. So be careful. But frankly, my best advice that I can give for someone learning to do Palace, make sure to do it as a full group first. And make sure that, as you are doing it as a whole group, make sure you don't just lump together. That way, when someone triggers a trap, it'll only affect like one or two of you instead of the whole party. But absolutely do that to learn Palace before you even remotely attempt to come in here solo. And do not attempt to solo Palace if you haven't leveled your gear. You will be in for a bad time. Yeah, we did have a time where, like, everyone walked over the same spot, and then you did as well, and suddenly when you did, there was an explosion trap. I remember that. That's the exit room. I should go there last. Yeah. Biggest key for Palace, especially when you're soloing, is to be efficient. Make use of all of your abilities, and don't do anything stupid. Unless it's really funny. Alright. Floor 14. Making decent enough progress. It will get faster once I'm fully leveled because I will stop full clearing the floors. Oh yeah. Something you have to watch out for in Palace as well is enemies that roam between rooms. They're generally going to be stronger than the enemies that just sit in the rooms, and they'll usually have some sort of mechanic to them that makes them dangerous. Another zoo. Let's see if we can go crazy. Screw it. Switching. Turn on Bloodbath. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. And that's how you save time on a monster zoo. Oh. Why couldn't I hit that on the way in? Oh, also, I just realized I have not been using a very important move this entire time. Shadow of Death. I had to mouse over to remember what the name was. Shadow of Death makes my attacks hit for more damage. So the fact that I wasn't using it this whole time, I had it ever since level 10, bad. Oh, you know what? Whoop! I never brought myself back. Alright, you, get your ass over here. Right. Unless anything is respawned, that's a clear floor. quiet in here. Can't wait to throw out all these high potions when I'm done. Commander of Strength. Also, don't ever do what I just did. Do not open treasure boxes when you're in the middle of battle. Because if it's a mimic, you suddenly have an extra enemy on your hands. Hello, Cobra. Hey, level 30. Have the third move of my combo now. Toad is hiding all the way in the corner. Get your fat ass over here. At least I got that after clearing the enemies. Oh, right. Actually, you know what? It occurs to me I could still use a, if I get one of those traps that makes it so I can't attack, I could still use an Echo Drops and still cast Harp. That is a spell. I'll have to keep that in mind. Another strength. If I could get some more varied Pomanders, I'd appreciate it. Hello, Cobra. Goodbye, Cobra. Ooh, boy. So yeah, some floors will have effects on them. Both positive and negative ones are there. This one's quite negative. The gloom is a bad one. As it says, enemy movement speed is increased. Enemies also deal more damage and take less. And then my maximum HP is also being lowered. Now you can clear the floor effects with a Pomander, but it's not that big of a deal on the low floors. Something like this. If I were on, like, in the 180s or something and got this combination, you bet your ass I would clear it. I would not be dealing with those that late. Okay, I get a new Pomander of Steel, that's cool. Thank you, Landmine. I always appreciate your input. That's the exit room. We'll come back to that. All of you get over here. Yep. Ah, I see. Friendship trap. Alright, floor 19, so we are one floor away from the boss. Oh boy, that's a lot of marbles. This is Ara's kind of room. Loves marbles. If I remember correctly, as long as I keep full clears up, I should be level 60 in the somewhere near the end of the floors 31 to 40 segment. Alright, boss number 2. Purge! The big old plant monster. Actually very similar to the first boss, except that he spawns a couple of ads. Him doing so. Gotta take them out because the ads, if you leave the ads be, then they will do a final sting on you. Do a lot of damage. If you're in here with a full party, you likely won't have to worry about them. You will probably have Spurge dead before he even summons them. There we go. A Spurge down. Alright, before we continue, I am going to take a quick break. So, get up, do some stretching, grab yourself a snack. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I am back. Time to move on to the third set. Floors 21 through 30. Ooh, and what a nice dense room to start off with. You, I want you. As you get higher leveled, it becomes good practice to fight enemies in the hallways rather than in the rooms. For several reasons. Most important is because of the traps. Second is it lowers the odds of fighting off more enemies than you wanted. Alright. Free Commander of Steel. You also may have noticed that the enemies aren't just going down in 1 or 2 hits anymore. They're not HP powerhouses yet, but they will be. Saw the exit over there, so I'm going to check out this one first. Another enemy spawn. Wants to keep you on the floor as long as possible, doesn't it? Yeah. Absolutely. So it won't be that bad once I'm not doing full clears of floors anymore. In regards to just extra enemies spawning. That's the exit room. Back this way. every time I just need to remind myself that I can't stun those tortoise stomps, unfortunately. Alright, almost done with this floor. Unless anyone else wants to play. Someone did want to come play. Over here by the exit, please. Level 40. Arcane Crest, I think that's my shield? Yeah. Blind and can't use items. That's a fun combination. Now the game does still let you use the Pomander that removes the floor effects if you have a can't use items. But I usually don't consider that one to be too big of a deal. Later floors that could change, but right now, absolutely not. Blind is going to be a little annoying, though. That's the exit. Head back. Check that other direction. Oh, hey. The special enemy. Occasionally in Palace of the Dead, you'll wander into the ghosts of people that you've killed in the story. Who that is, I'm not sure. Possibly. I like how even though Harp missed, it still grabbed aggro. Run back to the exit room. Ah, yes. Wonderful music that won't put anyone to sleep. Oh, that's a friendship trap right there. I'm actually going to set that off so I can get some more experience. Once I clear out everything else. Go, and... whoop. Oh no, enemies. Oh, a Minotaur. Actually gonna focus the Minotaur first. Uh-oh. That's more enemies than I was expecting. Switching time. And let's get a regen potion going. Use for those Pomanders, right? Pomander of Purity, which I didn't have room for because I already have 3 of them, is specifically for removing the poison status that you get from mimics. They're borderline useless if you're in here with a healer. Huh. And set off this friendship trap too. New friends. I don't know what I'm hugging the walls for. I used the sight on this floor. Yeah, habit. I suppose it's better to stay in habit than to lose it because of the earlier floors. Dead end room. That works. I mean, I do want to find every dead end before I finally exit. For now. Hello, Mr. Adamantoise. exit room, so we're gonna go this way, Mr. Turtle. Go. Hello, Mr. Minotaur. I'll be with you in a moment. Please wait your turn. Treasure coffer. What color is it? Can you please disappear so I can see? Hey. Ooh, a Pomander of Rage. Those are very useful. Very good for saving time, too. If I may just... Actually, no, not on this floor. Maybe the next floor, I'll use it to demonstrate it. Exit.
Okay.
Ah, yes, let's get to one of the more annoying roaming enemies. Put you to sleep. So don't get caught fighting one when you're fighting other enemies already. You're gonna have a bad time if you do. Yep. But if you're fighting something else and they happen to aggro you, they can get you caught in an AoE or something. And that's bad news bears. Another purity. Oh, another friendship trap. Go ahead and have some friendship. Fusca team. Let's take care of you first. Thankfully, they can be stunned. We go. Is she just menacing the hallway? Hey, Azzy, thank you for the 7 months. Yes, we are necromancing in here. Hopefully. Eventually. We gotta get through the boring floors first, though. They sure are. Also, I'm happy to see that that people are getting good mileage out of the animated emote. Yeah, thank you. I had to there was another streamer that I follow. No, this is actually its debut. But yeah, there's another streamer that I follow that has been using this, and I wanted something basically just like this where it would actually like show the text being typed out. The only issue is it doesn't handle emotes right now. It's a bug. I don't know if it's going to be fixed or not. I might have to consult with said streamer to see if he did something to get emotes working for his again, or if maybe emotes just work for him because he's using an earlier version for some stupid reason. I don't know. But the cool thing is I can actually make it, I have a lot of options for how it looks. I believe it's currently set on using the box and text for Final Fantasy XIV. Ooh boy. And I can't just go in and witching it either. But yeah, for now, there's just a handful of kinks with it that I'm willing to live with for the sake of everything else it does. Yeah, you should probably sleep because, yeah, 5 a.m. I mean, shoot, the sun's gonna be up soon, has he? Go get some sleep. Thank you for stopping in, though. I heard something sneaking up on me. I heard the pitter-patter of stupid feet. Well, shoot. I guess it's just not working at all. Well, thank you for testing that for me again, as you were the third person to test that for me. I have to see why that's not working. So, until I figure that out, I'm shutting it off. So no one else has to get scammed out of a point. I have no idea why it's not working. It was working all the way through testing. I just deployed it today, and suddenly it's not working. But I'll get it figured out between streams. Anyway, yeah, thank you for stopping by. Go get your sleep. For God's sake. I can't do the staying up to 5 a.m. anymore. I don't know, something about when I don't know. Getting older, it sucks. Oh, an extra serenity, you say. So I can go ahead and clear the no items off of this floor, which means I can go and use that site that I had to turn down because I was full. Yeah, no, absolutely. Wouldn't recommend it. Zero out of 10. 1 out of 10 with rice. Aging just can't be saved. Also, I'm about to hit level 50. That was the original level cap for this game, which is now half of the current level cap. Now I have the soul gauge. Now I get my extra reason for remembering to use, what the fuck that name? Shadow of Death. Because killing enemies with that on them fills that gauge faster. Heard you, debuff. What are you? Oh, max HP decrease. That's fine. Oh, I hit a lust on accident. Meant to hit intuition. Exit room. Really tiny floor. switching. Oh. Can't really just burn that for no reason. Come on. Get over here. Another tiny floor. Really mind. Gets me through here faster. Except for the fact that all of the enemies that were here at the start were not enough to open the exit. That's the bad thing about small floors, is that sometimes they legitimately don't spawn with enough enemies. Alright, next boss. However the hell you pronounce that. If you've ever done the Hydra trial fight, it's the Hydra. Has the exact same mechanics, only without the ads. Stand on the outside for him doing these circle AoEs. And when he goes to the middle, follow him. If you're not in the middle when he uses Fear itself, you're fucked. You do almost get up onto Hydra's back. Alright, we bring him back over here. More bait. Get up onto Hydra's butt. That's what it is in this. Drag it back. Rinse and repeat. You'll also notice that if you don't have a Pomander of Steel up, this is when the sustaining potions start being useful against the boss. If you use Pomanders of Steel for the bosses, then you can save on your sustaining potions for a bit longer. And there we go. Go for the next set. 31 to 40. I remember right, this should be the set where we hit level 60. And so we no longer have to do full clears. like the squishy noise those dudes make. Exit. So I should come back after checking the other way. Hello, succubus. Fortune. Alright. Honestly, I should have been using those more anyway, but whatever. Getting pretty close to a full complement of Pomanders. You and that guy in here? Oh, can't stun Heartburn. I couldn't remember if you could. Alright, sure. That was a nice convenient order for that to all take place in. Ogre? Alright, I was gonna show off what the rage did. Maybe next floor. Rages are fun. Oh, hello, Babinka Bear. Thank you for the raid. Bear Raiders. Let's go. Yes, welcome, Raiders. Bears raiding bears, let's go. So I don't think anyone from Badinka would necessarily need an introduction to me, but just in case. Hello, I am the Bear Wizard, the Wizard Bear. I play video games on the internet and occasionally dredge through vloggy content for the sake of getting the good stuff. How was your stream, Babinka? Did your arting go well? And yeah, I got a new layout and everything. You should check the VOD later for the new intro screen that I have. Unfortunately, I had set up a new channel point redeem that was supposed to be a daily check-in like what you have, but for some reason, even though it worked perfectly fine during all of my testing, the instant I tried to deploy it tonight, it stopped working. So I'm gonna have to fiddle with that and see if I can figure out what went wrong. And yeah, you got your new BRB screen too with with the playground. And yes, the new emotes, especially the new animated one. Yeah, I think the problem may have been the fact that, like, I did mix it up first, but it wasn't visible in OBS until after I started streaming. So I think that might have something to do with the problem. Also, I see I may not... You know what? One moment while I change something with Catbox, because some people's colors aren't... Oh, Succubus says I have no time. Some people's colors are getting chroma keyed, and that shouldn't be happening. Hold on. Actually, how to change that right now. I'll worry about it later, but for now, everyone who shows up with a green name on the text box is giving tiny windows onto my 14 chat window. It's alright, nothing important's happening there. In fact, I can make even less important things happen there. So, for those unfamiliar, this is Final Fantasy XIV, Palace of the Dead. One of the 3 deep dungeons. And it's essentially a sort of roguelite-ish, if you could call it that. It's procedurally generated floors. That are random every time you do it. You level up separately in here from the main game. So I actually have to level up again. And the goal that I'm going for right now is there's a special title that you get for going from floor 1 all the way through floor 200, the final floor, by yourself without dying or losing your connection to the game a single time. It's a very difficult title to get. It is a hell of an endurance run. I'm not going to be doing the whole thing right now, obviously. Only being in floor 33 after almost 2 hours. For tonight, I was hoping to at least get through floor 50, and I think we're gonna be on track to do that. Alright, good night, Matthew. Thanks for coming in. Yep, take care. Don't you dare. Commander of Strength. Love getting that. Always good to be killing stuff here. Yeah, I think that is one of the reasons why Reaper tends to do pretty well in Palace. It does put out some high DPS, and it has some decent survivability. It doesn't quite compare to Machinist and their ability to kite everything, because, you know, you don't have to worry about getting hit so much if you're just constantly not in range to get hit. But I'm more comfortable with playing on Reaper. Largely for said survivability reasons. Yeah, I'm not sure how well Pictomancer would do here. It gets its shield, so it has that, but it doesn't really have any other way to defend or recover. Because you also have to remember that casters don't get a stun or an interrupt. And that's actually a big thing that makes Palace a little more rough for caster. At least for soloing. It's not as big of a deal if you have a full party. Yeah, Black Mage, ooh, yeah, no. I absolutely would not even remotely attempt to solo this on Black Mage right now. Oh. Those echo drops and just cast harp. Oh, I can use Bloodstock as well. Fantastic. Reaper also has that over the other, at least over the other melees. Their long range is a spell, which means that when you hit those no attacky traps, you can use an echo drop and be able to cast again. Alright. You know what? I think I'll use this floor to demonstrate the rage. First, some precautions. Put up a pomander of sight. Ah, it's a tiny floor. Oh well. Rage turns you into a manticore. You stomp around, and you one-shot everything. But you only get it for about a minute. You also can't... Well, you can still use it, but you won't get any good effects if the floor has a negative effect that stops, what you call it, moves that push. Because that's apparently what causes the damage. Then the other bad thing is that while you are in the other form, while raging, you cannot open chests. That'd be why I ended it early. But it's a nice fun way to quickly clear out a floor. Ah, it's that right there. Knockback disabled. So if I used a rage on this floor, it would actually do absolutely nothing when I hit enemies. Another strength. You know what, I suppose I should also show again for anyone who came in with the raid, because my fat ass is blocking the menu where all of my pomanders are. That's my inventory of them. I'll have to have 3 of each. Oh, no, no. That's bad. Run away. I was hoping he wouldn't see me. Thankfully, he doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Yes, Ara, the entodening. Oh yeah, I definitely got to I definitely got to get a playlist ready for the next time I do this. This music is it's good music, don't get me wrong. I've heard it so much though. Maybe that's part of the thing. It's trying to use the soft droning music to lull me into not paying attention properly. It's the only way that I would lose on floor 36. Yeah, I think I will go ahead and get us to floor 50 tonight and probably call it at that point with how long this is taking. But this is going to be a regular feature now, so... Largely because I still felt like playing 14 today, but... You know... I want to stream still. And I've already gone through the story, so I don't have anything to bring up that spoiler there. Went through that on my own time, and it's why I took a week and a half off. hold on. I want that gourmand first, because he's gonna walk back out of the room. Right, level 58. We got 2 more levels till we are maxed. Because remember, this was Heaven's Word content, and level 60 was maxed then. By the way, Bibinka, I know you were saying that you needed to get back into 14 Suns. Remember, I'm around if you want help with anything. I've been trying to get used to playing Pictomancer because I think I want to make it my main for this expansion, so I'm always free to help out so I can get some practice. Also, I just like helping people get through the story. Damage dealt decrease. That's no fun. And since the expansion's dropped, I'm usually logged in unless I'm busy with something else, which has not really been the case. I'm actively leveling stuff, and that's a long process, so... And since I don't have an actual job, and I can only fill out so many applications every day, may as well level stuff in 14. One more level. Well, I was going after the Dahak here, Monk. It kind of got in the way. Okay, now I gotta take care of the Gourmand. He's a bigger threat. I also gotta give myself a regen because they're hitting me a little hard. Still not terribly concerned, though. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually died on a floor lower than 100. Right. Commander of Steel. Excellent. Hello, Mr. Gourmand. Exit room, so we'll go there to laugh. extra safety, you say. Alright, goodbye, traps. Almost there. Hello, Mr. Dormont. You're not supposed to be in the hallway. What the hell are you doing? You stuck in the wall? Okay, no, he's not stuck. He definitely spawned weirdly, though. That happens occasionally. You will level me to 60. There we go. Now the game changes. No longer do we do full clears. We find the exit room as fast as possible, do a quick scan for gold chests, and kill just enough enemies to move. Of course, that's for the next set. We have a boss to take care of first. X-Tab. Whoop. Alright, he's just laying poop everywhere. Brings in some ads that we want to get rid of. Uses the move that's called the Cursed Pox, which is the same name as the poison that mimics give you, but it doesn't actually give you that poison. So why the hell he called it that, I don't know. Maybe they forgot they already used the name for the mimics. So much damage, X-Tab. So much damage. Alright. That is that set taken care of. Time for the final set for tonight. Floors 41 through 50. Right, you have a box. Give me the box. Oh, it's a boat. A mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. Oh yeah, and since we're not doing full clears anymore, we no longer intentionally hit the luring traps. Actually, I had to think for a second to try and remember what their actual name was, because I always just call them friendship traps. Yep. Yeah, haste, granted, it doesn't actually increase my movement speed, just my attack speed. Our first mimic. Look at you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Settle down there. The game, a little rough there. Yeah, no. That would be a matter of pride there if it actually killed me like that on floor 42. So, that's the kind of bullshit that can just happen in Palace. Which is why on the higher floors you have to be extremely careful to not let things like that happen. If I were above floor 100, that would have been death. Easily. Room, yeah. You get away from your friend. I only wish to fight one of you. Please don't make me walk back to the other rooms where there's other monsters. Please let this be the one that opens the door. Thank you. I was gonna say, game, after that bullshit earlier on the floor, you owe me. Sprint disabled. You're just mocking me, game. Like, oh, you want to get through quickly? Oh, well, we're gonna disable your sprint. Back in the day, when that debuff came up, I used to make phone carrier jokes, but I can't make those jokes anymore because Sprint isn't a company anymore. So thank you, capitalism, for destroying that beautiful joke that I had. Hell out of here. Okay, new Pomander of Steel. That's fantastic. That is the exit room. Let's clear it out. I don't have any use for it, though. More purity pomanders. What part of I'm full on them don't you understand, game? Hello, sir. Oh, wait, what am I doing? The door is open. I need to just go. I went back into full clear mode for a second. Nothing in that room. Hello, sir. I got this box. Unlike the other Pomanders, I can't just use a rage when I find an extra one. Otherwise, I have to come back for it, and that's not very expedient. If I were here with another person, you bet your ass we would have used that. Mimic. You. The fun part with mimics is that they can drop offers that are also mimics. So you can get, like... I think I've had, like, 3 in a row. You just got your frickin' nesting doll mimics. What flavor of box are you? You're brown. Alright. Exactly the endless cycle of mimics. I wonder what the record is. I don't think anyone actually keeps track, but ew, auto heal disabled. That's a bad one. There's the exit. Basically, to counteract the no auto heal, I pretty much just gotta use the regen potions while I'm in battle. And in case it hasn't been obvious so far, the amount of enemies it takes to kill to open the exit is random for every floor. I think it's random between a set amount of numbers, so like it has to take somewhere between, like, I don't know, like 5 to 10 monsters or something like that. To use that Serenity last floor. Ooh, strength. Fresh that. Ah, it's my good friend, Senator Coffin Hands. And his running mate, Senator Coffin Hands. How you doing? That's the return room. I don't need that. And his opponent, Senator Coffin Hands. I've legit just been calling that enemy type Senator Coffin Hands ever since I first saw them. I don't know what his platform is. Oh god, the exit room is a monster zoo. Can you believe it? I can believe it. Something's coming up behind me. Or, no. Not John Jackson and Jack Johnson. I think your 3-cent titanium tax goes too far. And I think your 3-cent titanium tax doesn't go too far enough. See, this is a good use for the rage. Just don't pull too much at once. Because you still have your normal defenses. I think that is it, actually, Ara. That the first one you see, if you're not, like, doing Palace, is one that's called the Governor. So, obviously, then the ones in Palace, since they're not the Governor, they're the Senator, right? Alright, we're getting close. Just 2 more floors. I like that it's keeping me topped off on strength. I could use a steel as well. If it felt like being nice. But, you know, asking Palace to be nice is... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, hold on. Friendship trap. Are there any really bad ones? No. No, there aren't. The important thing when you set off something like that is to not panic. If you panic, then you lose. Dropped a box. A fortune. Right? Still not killing every enemy. I want to get through the set. Especially since the door is open, I just have to find it. Right there. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Get fucked. Gotta be a little sneaky. It doesn't always work, but you can try and sneak things. And you know what? I can talk about that for a little right now, too. Because why the hell not? What else am I going to talk about? Ooh, safety. So, when it comes to avoiding detection in 14, the key thing to look at is if the enemy has eyes. Because there are actually multiple kinds of detection in 14. By multiple, I mean 2. Enemies will either have sight-based aggro, and they have that if they have eyes. Or the enemies have sound-based aggro, which will be if they don't have eyes. If they have sight-based aggro, then they will become aggressive when you go in front of them. I think it works in like a cone or something. Sound-based aggro they will aggro to you when you get within a certain range of them. Oh yeah, there is also blood aggro. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, if you're missing health, some enemies will detect you then, even if they're normally like sight-based. 11 actually went a little further with blood aggro, but that's a discussion for another day. It's time for the floor 50 boss, Etta Blackbosom. Who is a slight side quest spoiler for some Realm Reborn stuff. There's a whole story behind her. There's a reason why all of her attacks are wedding themed. Because you'll notice that was in health. Dark Harvest is not wedding themed. That's just hitting me with a sickle. Then we have Cold Feet. Yeah. So, since it's just side quest spoiler, I'll go ahead and mention it. Etta, you originally see in the main story as being part of a newbie adventuring group. You first see them outside of the first dungeon. And shit quickly goes south for them. Their tank, Avir, ends up dying. Specifically because he did the thing you shouldn't do as a tank, and he line of sighted his healer, Etta, and so she couldn't heal him, and he wound up getting killed. The other party members ended up blaming her. She, since she was in love with Avir, went crazy and started carrying his head around. Then there's a side quest for one of the level 50 dungeons where a member of the only other surviving member of that adventuring party receives a wedding invitation for Etta and Avir, and asks you to go check it out because Avir was supposed to be dead. And there's a whole lot of necromancy stuff going on. And then after all that, she appears down here. It's all kind of fucked up. All right. I think that's going to be a good stopping point here, because she's level 50 boss. Oh yeah, there's a really good cutscene there when you're done with that dungeon too. It was one of the first kind of like really exaggerated faces that the game did. But yeah, so that save file is on floor 51 now, so that's a fresh set of floors. There's a little medal there you can see in the top right of the window. The first medal on the left is for defeating Edda. So yeah, next stream I'll at least try to get through floor 100. But thank you everyone for coming out. I appreciate it. Before I go, I need to remember to at least plug this at least once per stream. And that is the Discord server, if you wish to vote in polls to help determine future content for the stream, or get alerts when I go live, or make announcements. The Discord server is there for all of those things. My next stream is going to be Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Pacific. It's actually going to be a collab with Bibinka Bear. We're going to be playing an old DOS game called Executive Suite. It's text-based. I'll largely just be reading things, but I've had some fun bringing it up with people in the past. I'm hoping it'll be fun again. We'll see if Bibinka can climb the 1980s corporate ladder. Anyway, yeah, and I will stream this again a week from now, next Tuesday. Again at 7 p.m. Pacific. Try and get up to floor 100 at least. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your evening, and I hope to see you in the next stream. I'm going to pull up the ending screen here and see who we can raid. I think I'll send you guys over to... Let's do Sucrose. She is a fellow bear VTuber. So go say hi to Sucrose.